Hi everybody, another quick video. Welcome to Beverley Westwood. Just outside Beverley itself, great open area. Decided to have a bit of a play with this, with a little grip for your phone, with a Bluetooth trigger for taking photos. So it kind of turns your phone into more of a camera style feel. So I thought, got some nice moody skies, a little bit of light coming through. Nice trees, nice area, let's have a go. Here with David Flower. So I thought, right, can you do some sort of landscape photography with your phone? Let's find out, shall we? And one thing you may notice, you're going to see a little bit of a weird image there, but let me just spin you around. Essentially, you've got your phone, has to be out of the case, and a bit of a grip, literally on top of there is the trigger button. Now you've not really got any sort of pre-focus or anything like that, it's down to using your phone as it was. Now the other thing you do have to be a little bit careful of is because you're using your phone, not to hit anything that you're not supposed to. I just tried to take a photo 3 times there and I ended up sort of opening the web browser by mistake because it's just where it is. But it does improve the ergonomics of the phone, which, if you're improving the ergonomics, means it makes things a little bit easier. I mean, kids these days, they seem to be fantastic at doing photographs with phones. I don't know how they do it. They hold their hands in some ways that will make mine cramp for about a fortnight. But I think with an addition like this, it makes it a little bit more interesting and gives you another take. Say you've not got a big camera or anything like that, you can't afford one, but you've got a phone. This was, I think, was £9 for this little adapter. It works well, but it opens up another world for phone photography. So we've got some lovely trees in the background. More specifically, there's a few nice ones up on the hill above the race course, and these, yeah, you can build that in there. On my phone, I've got 3 times actual sort of physical zoom, and I've got macro mode, I've got wide angle. So it gives you, yeah, almost like an interchangeable lens system. So we can actually have a bit of fun zooming in, isolating things. I can actually go as far as 6 times zoom with this. It's not as clean, but it still works. The camera will interpolate. It's got the computational features to make it work. As you can see, I've got 3 lenses on there. I've got a macro, wide angle and the main lens. They're all completely stabilized as well on this phone. This is a Motorola Edge 50 Ultra, so it's their sort of flagship phone from sort of basically sort of 12 months ago. Obviously things have moved so quickly now, they're onto a different number, but yeah, this at the time was the flagship phone. So it's got some decent spec to it, but it means getting some shots over there might just work. So let me just spin you around. Just up there is a tree up on the hillside in between 2 trees. Now if I can have a bit of a play, I can try and bring that in. It's an average sort of scene, but the sky's quite nice. The trees around it, it sort of works like a natural frame. So I'm going to try and get the shot now. So first thing I've done is actually move the phone away, because by very nature I'm used to using the camera. So I put my thumb across and I've either switched to selfie mode on the camera, selected my previous apps on the phone, move mode as well. Basically, well, I've been web browsing with it, I've looked up a courier. It's quite incredible what you can do with it without knowing. So I've moved that across, so I've got a little bit of a gap somewhere to put my thumb. Now, wind's getting up a little bit because we're actually a little bit higher up now, heading towards the Black Mill, which is basically it's an old windmill, castellated top, painted black. So it's a bit of a feature set around here, but it means we can use the open areas as a bit of a landscape feature. Hopefully it'll work all right, and I'll stop opening crazy apps with my thumb accidentally while I'm trying to take a shot. The other thing I've noticed as well, this being very cheap, it is a little bit of a delay on the shutter. So it's not like an instantaneous thing, but as long as you sort of concentrate on what you're doing, you can still get a shot okay. But as we're sort of heading up here, obviously you've got those wonderful clouds behind. There's a few trees on the hillside as well, but it's a case of trying to pick out bits in between the cars. It's one of the main sort of car parking areas, so you'd have to be a little bit careful. There's the other thing up here as well. You've actually got cows as well. Unfortunately, there are some stupid children around who seem to have no idea what a cow is, but handily they've not actually charged on them, but it does mean we've got some handy little features we can play with and get some interesting shots. That's something a little bit different. So yeah, keep on wandering, and we'll see what sort of other shots we can get. Basically, it's being mindful that you've still got to have the same mindset as using the camera. Your compositions matter. Your sort of way of actually taking the shot might be different, but your compositions still count exactly the same as if you're using a main camera. So there we go, blackmail tree. Got some fantastic runs of the cows coming across as well. There's a bull just gone wandering over there. I'm sitting there going, oh, I'm wearing red, hope he doesn't notice, but we're all right, he's got away with it. Yeah, so that's where we're heading, that sort of area. Obviously you've got these wonderful skies, absolutely gorgeous, and you probably actually can't make it out over there, but you've got the two towers of Beverley Minster just poking up over there. So punching in. So this natively will go to 3x zoom, and then it's got a relatively good digital zoom up to 6x. So punch in there, just get them over the top of the trees. It's not a fantastic shot, but I'm just playing around here, just picking out some different shots. Obviously it's open all the way around, so there's a lot you can do with it. Leading lines, I'm not seeing a great deal yet. There's a few sort of open tracks, as you can see just behind us, but they're not really working well as a leading line yet. But all of the shots that I do today, this will be edited and everything all within Snapseed in the phone, so nothing external, everything's going to happen within the phone. I'm using just normal photo mode, I'm not using pro mode, because frankly on this, the normal photo mode is fairly good. You don't really have too many sort of problems with it exposing wrong and stuff like that. If I wanted to really mess around, I could play around with it. It does give you a raw file in this phone as well, a lot of the Androids do. So yeah, you've got options if you want to play with it, but for today, just messing in standard photo mode, adjust in between sort of wide angle and up to 6x zoom. It's easy enough to do. So carry on wandering up to the Blackmill. There's a group of cows that way, which means we could get some interesting shots using them almost as a bit of a foreground. Obviously cows are quite handy because they tend to be fairly slow moving in most conditions, but it does mean that yeah, we can use them a bit of a foreground. The Blackmill with those fantastic clouds I think is going to work nicely. But let's go and have a wander and get out of the wind a little bit. So functionality wise, yeah, it's a phone with a camera. You can dial in, play around a little bit with exposures. You've got the ability, this will actually do an automatic high resolution mode, so you'll get you up to 50 megapixels. You can crop in a bit. It's not as good as using a proper camera with a big lens, but it gives you a few options. One thing that you do find with this is controlling the exposure can be really difficult. Sometimes you've got essentially an area that you want to keep the exposure about right. With a normal camera, you've got that extra dynamic range. You can sort of pull things back, move things around a bit, know that you can actually adjust. You haven't quite got that level on here. The dynamic range isn't as advanced as on a camera with a bigger sensor. You start hitting limits earlier. Now, night modes in these is ridiculous these days. They will do some crazy things, but most of it is computational, so it's actually taking multiple shots, layering that lot together to bring you in essentially a good level of dynamic range. In daytime conditions like this, you're at the mercy of what the phone can do. You can do HDRs with these. Now HDR these days is a lot better than it used to be. I still see a lot of people actually putting there, it looks like the clarity slider's gone up to about 12, 13. It's a bit too much on HDR. but you can actually sort of get some reasonable shots with these, and it will actually sort out a lot of the exposure itself. It's not quite so bad as it used to be in the old days. But with what we've got here, we've got the Blackmill, some really nice clouds. Just get this to line up. Here we go. There we go. So you've got that, some beautiful clouds above. So dropping the mill on the third, I'll use these two cows that we've just got here. There's a little bit of a sort of a balance on it. So let's see what we can get from that. Now, one added bonus with this is the funny shaped lens on this is a wide angle, and getting down here with a wide angle lens on I think will work quite nicely. So it's what I'm going to try and do. There's a few cows that are just wandering around the side of it. I'm looking down because I'm avoiding cowpats because they are quite numerous and very fresh. But if I can get the Blackmill, if I just spin you around, go Blackmill there, possibly use these cows here if they'll stay put, but all of this sky around there, I think that's going to work quite well. I'm probably going to go portrait on it, but beauty of it is we're running digital, so it doesn't really matter if you take multiple shots, and hopefully we'll get something that will really accentuate the absolute crazy mood in these clouds. We were expecting partly sunny conditions, and we've got one little blob of blue up there that's in the wrong place. Over there, if I just pan you up a little bit, as you can see, that's stupidly bright. That's basically where the sun is, and that's all we're getting. So play with the mood and see what sort of things we can get. So we're actually getting a hint of light, which is quite nice. Just zoom you up there like that. Obviously, because the Blackmill is painted in sort of a satiny gloss, it basically means that it reflects the light quite nicely. With the cloud behind, it's worked quite nice. So we've got essentially Blackmill, nice moody cloud, bit of light hitting it. I'm thinking black and white mood, real sort of deep contrast on it. I think that'll work quite nicely. So the light's come and gone, managed to get a few snaps out of it, but yeah, the cows are quite nice characters. They're fairly docile, they look like they're all bulls as well, so yeah, typical, yeah, wearing red, yeah, it's fine, they're okay. But yeah, great focal point. Be nice if they're a little bit more sort of foreground to play with, but yeah, you work with what you're given. There's a couple of benches over there which, if the light works, might actually work just using those as a foreground and punch them over there. So I'll have a quick wander around, see if I can get something there. But from where we are, just spin you around, you've got what's essentially a nice bit of symmetry. Yes, you've got the bricked off door there, but nice bit of symmetry of the windows up there. The cows were there quite happily enjoying themselves, and the fantastic skies all around there. They're really, really nice. Love a moody sky. So, can you use your phone as a landscape camera? Yeah, you can, but with a certain proviso. You've got a lot that you've got to work with. It's not just a case of taking snaps. You've still got to work on your compositions. Adjusting the exposure on these can be slightly more awkward. You've got to work with the screen and everything else at the same time. It's not as intuitive as using an actual camera. But at a push, you can do it. If you've had one of these little grips, it makes it more suitable for actually taking snaps. If you're going full auto mode, yeah, you can let it play and do its own thing. You're not going to get some killer shots with it, but you can get something that's usable. 99% of people these days will take a snap and it's just for social media. This will work for you. It's not that much of a problem. But if you want to take your photography to the next level, I still say you can't beat the actual camera itself. but we have proven, yes, this will work, and it does give you another option. So, I think we've proven, yes, you can get, landscapey shots with your phone. But certain provisos come in. You've got to think about what you're doing with it, even more than a real camera, because you've got to work within the limitations. Some phones are more limited than others. Some of them are absolutely fantastic. But for me, I will stick to using a real camera. The ability for me to actually sort of compose and shoot is so much more controlled. There's so much more you can do with the camera, and especially with some of the new and even the Lumix cameras, the computational side really makes a difference. But you can use it, and essentially you've got a lot of the features that are fairly readily available to you in your pocket all the time. So you don't need to really think, I must take a camera out. For snapping, it works brilliantly. But for me, I'll stick to the camera every single time. But if you found the video useful, please do hit that thumbs up. Really helps me out. And if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Free of charge, but you'll see more of this sort of stuff from me every single week. But from what is now a very windy Beverley Westwood, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Sunset Boulevard with you, and I just want to take one more bite of everything and every avenue, like cold drinks, summer nights. Let's get a little too drunk. Are you down? 'Cause I just got to move.